have you been married?
8 years.
And your child?
She's 7.
I bought this apartment. For marriage. I thought she'd actually start a family with me. Young Dong. She was just like a star in the sky, so far away from you. Even the light it shed on you was cold.
This afternoon after you left, the guys from Battle Command Center talked to me. They wanted me to join the frontiers of science.
Well, you didn't agree with it, right?
I didn't.
Great. You made the right choice. I want to be honest with you. They're arrogant idiots.
They seem to have done some independent investigation.
Yeah, they did that all over the world. So they should know 2 of the dead never had any contact with the frontiers of science at all. And Young-dong was one of those 2.
Dr. Ding, why do you think Yang Dong made that choice?
Because physics has ceased to exist.
If physics has ceased to exist, drop the book now. This book would fly into the sky instead of falling to the floor.
You're right. Schrödinger wouldn't fall on the ground if there's no physics. He would have been up in the air. So then, Einstein wouldn't fall on the ground too, nor would Newton either. In fact, none of them would have fallen on the ground. Contrarily, they would all be floating up in the air. They're all on the ground. Do you know how to play this ball?
A little.
Well, Young Dong and I loved it. Because it reminded us of particles colliding in the accelerator. Help me clean this. Toss them wherever you want. No need to stack them up. Just toss them away. Can you hit the hole?
Any normal person can do it.
Let's rotate it to 90 degrees. All right. Okay.
Dr. Ding, what are we doing?
Do it again. Okay, now, the experiments are over, let's analyze the results. We did 5 collision experiments in total, right? The first 4 differed in both location and time. And the 5th one happened in the same position, but at a different time. So aren't you surprised by the results? All 5 colliding experiments yielded exactly the same result.
What do you mean?
I would like you to explain this outcome in the language of physics. The language of physics.
In the 5 previous experiments, there was no change in the mass of the white and black balls. Their relative positions, if using the pool table as a reference frame, never changed either. The velocity of the white ball striking the black ball remained basically the same. Thus, the transfer of between the 2 balls remained unchanged. That's the reason why the black ball went into the hole every time it got hit.
You have discovered the great principle of physics. The laws of physics are invariant across time and space.
From the beginning of human history until now, all the breakthrough discoveries made in the field of physics, such as the Archimedes' principle and fluid dynamics and string theory, they're all based on this law of physics. Do you know what I mean?
I understand your words, but I don't know what you're trying to convey.
Imagine another set of results. In the first one, the black ball hit the hole. In the second one, the black ball went off track. The third one, the black ball. The fourth one, the black ball, like a scared sparrow, flew around in the room. And the fifth one, at near the speed of light, it flew off this table, penetrated the wall, broke free from Earth's gravity, straight out of the solar system. Just like what Asimov depicted in his sci-fi novel. If the results of the experiments were like that, then what would you think about it?
You and Yang Dong both like playing billiards. Because it reminded you of the particle collision in an accelerator. So did this kind of thing really happen in Yang Dong's lab?
The first data at 9:07, the second data at 10:22, and the third data at 10:50 are inconsistent. Neither are they consistent with the calculation. The experiment failed.
Yeah, it happened.
But that was always part of the experiment. That was quite normal.
Yeah, in terms of experiment, abnormal data is a normal thing, right? But this was different. Let's go back to billiards. In the fourth experiment, if the black ball flew around like a sparrow, and in the fifth one, it flew out of the solar system, if I need to verify that kind of results, would you be able to do it with a simple deduction?
I specialize in applied physics. I'm no expert, but I think that's unlikely.
These are the faxes you sent to the deceased. You sent all of these? What's wrong? Is your girlfriend okay, sir? What's going on exactly?
What's the matter? Huh?
Look at this.
Those are experiment results.
Look at this. The time. This can't be happening. 9 o'clock.
The data was the same as Young Dong's. It was sent to Professor Munphy when her experiment was still ongoing.
That's impossible. Within the known knowledge of physics, that's absolutely impossible.
We think it's impossible, because right now, we still believe in physics, huh?
Did Yang Dong ever prove it?
I don't know either. I want to find out as well, because if this is all true, then the evenness of time and space and the laws of physics will be non-existent. It only means...
It means physics has ceased to exist. This will be a catastrophe for cutting-edge research.
So to make achievements in theoretical physics, you need an unswerving religious belief. That's why there are people believing in the hypothesis about the shooter and the farmer.
That's from the frontiers of science. The shooter and the farmer hypothesis.
Yeah. Anyway, any theories we could not prove right or wrong are actually to give people hope. But sometimes this kind of hope might drive people inevitably to their doom. I always felt that I was about to win her heart. Maybe the experiment would go smoothly if you said yes.
The experiment failed.
Then why don't you try again? Maybe I was wrong. Sent to Professor Munphy when her experiment was still ongoing.
Within the known knowledge of physics, that's absolutely impossible.
We think it's impossible because right now we still believe in physics. Physics has ceased to exist.
Physics has ceased to exist.
Are you blind? What a psycho.
Hi there.
Welcome back to the frontiers of science.
I'm sorry.
No. On the contrary, I'm happy you called.
You want me to join the frontiers of science?
I want everybody to join us and get to know us better.
I still can't fully accept your theory. Though I admit, it sounds fascinating.
Basically, when you doubt something, yet still want to find it out, it is actually the most fascinating phase. That's why our organization is named the Frontier.
To own a large manor in the country, the owner must be quite a remarkable figure.
One of our members owns this place. It was offered to us for communication. Professor Wang! Professor Wang!
That member specializes in quantum entanglement, yes?
You're right. Welcome, friends, to visit the frontiers of science for the first time. And please welcome Professor Wang Miao back. Professor Wang joined in a previous discussion before, so I would like you to tell everyone in this room what our research is all about.
Perhaps the shooter and farmer hypotheses.
Assuming that a marksman leaves bullet holes on a target at intervals of 10 centimeters. Suppose that on this target resides two-dimensional intelligent species. And their own scientists, after carefully observing their own universe, they have then discovered a great law. Whenever they travel 10 centimeters, they're guaranteed to find a hole. They would take what essentially the shooter did on a whim as an iron law of their universe.
In the eyes of those 2D creatures, the holes made on 10-centimeter intervals might be the greatest wonder in their world. Maybe they're getting ready for an adventure. Maybe they're even studying the equipment, trying to find out which material can help them explore efficiently and safely.
Maybe it's nanomaterial.
There is also the farmer hypothesis.
There are a flock of turkeys on a farm. Every day, the farmer feeds the flock at 11 in the morning. One of the turkeys is a scientist who observes the phenomenon. He observed for almost a year and noticed that there is no exception. So based on it, the scientist announced to the flock a great law of his own universe. The food arrived at 11 in the morning every day. The farmer showed up one day at the expected time. But it was Thanksgiving. And no food was given to them. The farmer walked inside and slaughtered all of them.
We might be like two-dimensional scientists on that target. Or turkey scientists on the farm.
In this world of ours, if there is indeed a kind of supernatural power, the regularity mastered by the shooter will be the truth.
Newton's classical mechanics is totally useless in the micro world. Einstein's theory of relativity faces more problems when applied to the quantum world. If science has a frontier, then what we're about to touch is very likely to be the frontier.
The truth the two-dimensional creatures found is not real, because in their world, they can never find the real truth, because their science has a frontier.
Then what's beyond the frontier? What regularities do the shooter and the farmer know that we don't?
Personally, this is not just limited to science. It's more like a ritual of infinite exploration into the frontiers of science.
But what's the point of all this?
State your opinions then.
I have no remarkable opinion. Everyone here knows more about theories than I do. Because I think today's discussion serves only to make scientists vulnerable. In my eyes, there's no way whatsoever to authenticate these hypotheses. But if those two-dimensional creatures and the turkeys on the farm find out everything is powerless to make any change, how in despair will they be?
Actually, your current attitude only proves that, whether you admit it or not. You've come to believe this hypothesis.
Even if I believe it, I will not accept that I'm a turkey scientist.
Previous to this, maybe you've never thought that you might become a turkey scientist.
I will not accept that.
Dr. Shen, have you realized that this statement can kill people?
The turkeys on the farm are meant to die on Thanksgiving Day.
Professor Wang, you don't look very well. You had a rough night?
You said those words to me on purpose, didn't you?
What did I say?
Asked me to talk to Ding Yi and question the frontiers of science. All those tricks were for me, right? You waited for me to fall in your trap.
Although you're a science guy, you also have common sense. Well, what did you find out? Please make it clear.
Yang Dong's death, was it suicide?
In terms of criminology and forensic examination, no doubt it was suicide. But if they all killed themselves, why are we snooping around then? Huh?
You're still trying to trick me. So I'll focus on Yang Dong.
That's right! I'm setting another trap. Yang Dong's funeral is in 2 days. Go ahead, go ahead. Just go! What are you doing?
Give me a ride downhill.
Are you sure you're opening my car? People are prone to make mistakes when they're agitated. He went to Ding Yi, and then he went to Shen Yufei.
Don't get too excited yet. What can that actually prove?
Well, I bet he will also attend Yang Dong's funeral then.
Why would he?
Just a gut instinct. Wang Miao strikes me as very special. Hey. Listen, Chang. It's been such a long time, and this is just a case of scientist suicides. With such a large battle command center, have you really found nothing? It's about time you fill me in, huh? I mean, it's been quite some time since you transferred me here.
Do I have to report every single move in the Battle Command Center to you? All you have to do right now is to handle the case of the scientist.
All right. Believe me. With the help of Wang Miao, I will crack this case. But hey, don't you ever forget that we made a deal. My suspension of work, you have to solve it for me.
Have I not already helped? Are you still suspended? You're doing pretty well in my department, aren't you?
The first bow. The second bow. The third bow. The family's reciprocal bow.
Professor Ye, sorry for your loss.
And you are?
A friend of Yang Dong. My name is Wang Miao.
Thank you. Do you specialize in string theory too?
I don't. I specialize in nanotech, applied physics.
A few days ago, I read a news report. It's about nanotechnology. It mentions something about ultra-strong nanomaterial called Flying Blade.
That's the very thing we've been researching in our laboratory.
That's very audacious. And a good sense of foresight.
That's flattering to hear. Oh. When the experiment for verifying the superstring model was held in Liangshan, I took a picture of Yang Dong back then. I brought it so I could give it to you. I'm sorry, Professor Ye. It seems there was a technical glitch when I was developing this photo. I'll make sure to develop another one and bring it to your house myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll see you soon.
You look pretty good in black.
I'm here to pay respects and offer my condolences for a fellow scientist. Am I clear enough? Stop following me.
Why are you so defensive? You and Ye Wenjie, Yang Dong's mother, talked for a long time.
Is that so?
I'm sorry for your loss. Goodbye. Saying those words took long?
What is this? Lee?
Yeah?
What's the situation? I asked you to develop that roll of film for me. Was there something wrong with your machine? Why are there time codes on the pictures?
That's impossible. That never happened to my other customers. Could it be an issue with your negative?
Hold on. The negative has it too. Could it be the film reel? I bought the film from you as well.
That's not possible. I think it's your camera. Could it be that you got the timer wrong? What's the brand of your camera?
It's a Leica M2 1988. Mechanical and fully manual.
Well, that's a top brand you have there. You're such a big spender. It can't be. Your camera should have no timer in it.
Well, even if it had a timer, there's no way the time could have appeared in the middle of the picture.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you should do some more research?
That can't be. The colors of these codes change with the background.
Huh?
I'll do some research on it. Catch you later.
All right.
1,187 hours.
Just a matter of time. Should we say goodbye? Or should we keep it all? It's a beautiful lie. You can make it true if you want to. With the cost of all.
Upon investigation, they discovered the pacemaker had been suspended by someone, so fingerprints have been lifted. The deceased's fingerprints and those found on the pacemaker are being delivered to examiners for cross-reference.
The data are identical, so they definitely got the time wrong.
I only sent him fax messages. If he photocopied them, how could they have been photocopied at different times?
Nobody could have gotten the results of your experiment before you conducted it. It's the machine. Have some faith in science, okay?
Can a copier make mistakes with only the time?
Your people won't believe. Soon our planet will vanish, and no in the future your people would think. Soon your planet will be punished. I've seen things your people wouldn't believe. Soon my planet will vanish, and no one in the future your people would think. Soon the planet will be punished.
3-Body